Good morning, everybody. This is the old redneck again. Very rare I do a morning video. I was reading various different news articles today, and I start remembering something from my youth. When I was growing up, everybody got along fairly well. You had little fights, little spats, all that got along good. Nowadays, it seems like everybody's throwing the word racist around. They're taking offense at everything. I'm not sure if it's something in the water or what. But it brings me to mind something I got taught a long time ago. So maybe we all ought to remember it. When I was growing up, you would hear people of different races, whether you be black, white, Latino, Jewish, whatever. I saw, you see a black, you hear people say, "Oh, you all look alike." You hear blacks say that about whites, whites say it about blacks, both say it about Mexicans and Latinos. I've heard the same. Well, all Jews are the same. All these other things. And my grandfather always told me, "Don't judge a book by a cover." It's kind of the way it's supposed to be. Everybody wants to throw around that word racist for everything. They've taken offense at this. They've taken offense at that. You're a racist because of this, because of that, because of your skin color, and all this. Well, let me tell you something. In my opinion, for what it's worth, is usually that and $5 might get you a Starbucks coffee. But if you're human, you're racist. The only way you can claim you're not a racist is if you've never had a disparaging thought about anybody of any other race or any other sex. And that doesn't mean that you have spoken it. That means that you have thought it. Now, maybe people should give a little thought to what they're running their mouth about, before they start spouting off this stuff. These celebrities and politicians and all that crap they get a lot of press time for when they say things like that. It gets everybody up in arms. But I want to remind everybody what the good book says. Let he who is without sin cast the first stone. Now, can anybody honestly say they have never done that? If you're being honest. You've never looked at somebody and had a disparaging thought about them. If you're being honest in your heart, there's nobody on God's green earth that can say they have never done it. And that includes our highest politicians to our lowest homeless, from our preachers and community services to the people working for a living. At one time or another, you have thought things like that. Now, maybe we can get this world in a better place if people start remembering it. If you want to be treated good, treat others good. Don't live in the past. I'm not responsible for something that was done 300 years ago. You're not responsible for what happened 300 years ago. You are only, and I am only, responsible for our own actions. That's all you have to think about. You're welcome to remember your history, both the good and the bad. but don't live in the history. Don't try to erase the history because you're doomed to repeat it. You know, if you like to throw around that word racist for everything, I'm going to tell you the truth. That makes you a racist. Because there was no childhood saying on a schoolyard, takes one to know one. Guess what? That's still true today. Unless you're thinking racist thoughts, how would you identify a racist? Well, it's just this old man's opinion. For what it's worth, take it or leave it. You got a comment? Leave it below or send me an email at redneckrebel1956@gmail.com. Personally, people, the only way we're going to get this world back together is if we all start thinking for ourselves instead of letting these few talking heads do our thinking for us. As for now, this is the old redneck going back to my coffee and waking up and getting on with my day. May you all have a pleasant day and think good thoughts. Remember, you're only as pure as yourself. Good night.